Hello, lovelies. I'm going to keep this quick and simple. I've been busy this morning. I've been busy being in 5. I've been busy being in the 5th dimensional timeline and really, truthfully watching things literally manifest like this in front of me. Takes a little time to get used to because it's like this, but I love it. And it all started with my bath last night. So I have my new page that I started on Telegram. And Telegram, Spiral Light 369, all one word, t.me/Spiral Light 369. If you want to join the Spiral Light Circle, you can join there. This is where I am putting and dedicating my time to teaching people about Spiral Light more, and it makes it easier because I can personalize it more to let people know when I'm doing the healing work. And let me tell you something. I love Spiral Light. Yes, I do. Thank you for coming to Be So Light. My name is Felicia, also known as Niana and Priestess Michaela 333 Instagram. Look how I just flowed into that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I talked about this briefly on Instagram, but I'm going to go in a little bit more depth because I'm still downloading the info and some of the things. So if you're watching this video and you have had Spiral Light from me and had some treatments, you right now are in a hexagon Spiral Light treatment that's happening right now to help you move out any excess energy stuff that is blocking you from creativity, your true divinity creativity. And spirals, we have to remember the lesson of a spiral. And I've talked about a spiral several times on here. And you have to remember, spiral is like you're in the center and it spirals up. And each spiral level has a layer that you're moving through. Okay. So this particular moment right now, I just can't help myself. This is the best I felt since January has come in, because my January didn't start off very well. It started off with some weird stuff happening and car and just stuff that was just like, really? Are you kidding me? My body, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. So here's the thing. So I have been dealing with timelines and getting a lot of teachings on timelines from my star parents up in ethers. And these timelines are very profound in how they move in and out. And right now there's 2 timelines that are really parallel each other realities. And I got clarification on that. Magenta Pixie talked about it, but she covers it, but covers it on her other stations. But I love how she talked about it, and it makes a lot of sense. So these timelines right now, the way it's set up, are one is false and one is real. You have to figure out which one you're on. The false one keeps you in fear factor. The real one takes you through your divinity. And you're probably saying right about now, how do I get to the real one? Well, you get to the real one by stating it as so, by claiming it as so, by truly 100% believing you're in your divine divinity self. That's the truth of it. You have to stand in the true divine divinity of yourself. So I find it very exciting that the hexagon is a very powerful tool when it's utilized. And what you can build with it, what you can say with it, what you can create with it, how it, hold on a second, let me turn this off. How it really is going to be amping up a lot of my work. And I am just so happy with this. Okay. Because why not have an upgrade moving into 5? 5 is going to be easier as long as you allow yourself to be on 5 and have it easier. And that's what I am looking at. So let me tell you, can we talk? So last night, I said, okay, let me go take a healing bath, a medicine bath. And, ever since I've been here at the Holiday Inn, I just love this place because I get a lot of good rest. And this particular one has a lot of vibrational energy in this building. It's just amazing. It's what happens in this building. It's almost like you step into this building and things start moving, things start manifesting. Really like it. And I really believe highly that it is on a ley line that is kitty cat corner from Thunder Valley, because Thunder Valley is an open vortex, no doubt about it. Okay, so I believe these two junctions cross and interact with each other energetically, So I take the bath and I'm thinking, well, should have some more. My Dead Sea Salt and Spirit says, no, we need to extract out all the excess from your body so that your body can let go of some other stuff. And I'm saying, okay. So I get in there and I do an essential oil bath, all the different essential oils, then just a sprinkle of pink Himalayan salt. That was it. Got in, was doing the bath, saying the prayers, calling in the frequencies, doing a clearing, activated my Stargate. Yeah. If you are only one person that's in here watching and you're an AI person, you have no idea what I'm saying. Anyway, artificial AI troll. So activated the Stargate, went in, did what I needed to do frequency-wise, worked my spiral light, cleared out some other timelines. And as soon as I did that and then actually physically in my Stargate pushed the button of activation and activating them, amplifying them, and seeing it, touching it, making it true. When I got out of the tub, before I got out of the tub, now remember I kept seeing those hexagon shapes. And it was a weird thing. I'm in the tub and I see this floating transparent hexagon shape land in my bathwater and just disappear. And I was like, all right, what do, what's going on? So I'm like, okay. So ever since the bath, and last night, when I got out and I was getting myself ready to lay down in bed and get some rest, I hear all this ruckus outside. I'm like, what the hell is going on outside? I open the curtains and it's like a full-blown storm going on outside. I'm like, whoa, when did this happen? Because when I looked outside earlier in the day, in the morning, it was bright and sunny and shiny. And then when I went and got my lunch, it was kind of overcast a little bit. It wasn't too bad. It was a little bit cold. I didn't think nothing of it. And, I kept the curtains closed because there's people going past it a lot and I didn't want to be bothered. And I was just busy doing my thing. And next thing I know, bam, there's storming out there. Wind and trees are bending over like this. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Are we in a hurricane? And I didn't get the 411. What is going on? And so I'm just listening and all I'm thinking about, I just got Mystic Night out of the shop. And I'm looking at the trees. And I'm saying to myself, tree spirits, please do not fall on my car because I can't stop you, but I really don't want you to do that. Okay? So lucky enough, the trees that were out there, they blew a lot of leaf stuff, whatever, but nobody fell on the car, thank God. Because I was just like, not having that. So I go to sleep. I slept really deep. I was somewhere. I don't know where I was. I was in some kind of meeting again. I'm always in a meeting somewhere. Don't remember what it was. I get up and I say to myself, I really like to stay another night. I look outside, it's raining kind of. I'm like, I don't feel like packing stuff, getting them in the car, and da-da-da-da. I don't feel like doing that. I really need to stay another night. It needs to be taken care of for me. That's all I say. As soon as I say that, I hear, get in contact with one of your clients. I called her. I texted her, see how she was doing since I did Spiral Light on her. And she was like, oh, I'm doing so good. Thank you so much. And da-da-da-da. And she goes, where are you? And I said, oh, I'm at my favorite hotel, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, oh. And she says, would you like to do a massage on me? And da-da-da. Yes, absolutely. What day would you like to come in? So we set up her massage date and everything. And we do it as a trade. So speeding forward, I say that and I'm like, So we do it as a trade and I'm thinking, okay, why don't we just trade one night? You just pay for tonight and I'll just stay an extra night. She goes, no problem. Gotcha. I'm like, okay, cool. She says, I'm going to come by and drop you off the money. And I said, oh, you don't have to. And she goes, no, I'm going to come by. So I'm thinking she's not going to be by for about an hour or so. Got some time. I get on and do my live on IG and all of a sudden I get this text and I'm like, oh, shoot, it's like an emergency. I better go. So I couldn't finish the IG, so I had to let it go. Then I go and meet up with her. Not only did she gifted me the money early for her treatment, paid for her session, but she paid for tonight and she paid for the next night. So I'm not leaving here until Friday, which is perfect because it gives me more time to rest. It gives me more time to heal. And I'm thinking, okay, that gives me more time to work with this download that I'm integrating into my cells right now because I literally, all I am seeing is honeycombs. I feel it around me. All I'm seeing is this. All I'm seeing is these shapes. All I'm feeling is those shapes. And I'm like, wow, okay, so I'm processing this. I'm integrating it. And I said, this is really kind of cool. It's a really neat feeling. It's kind of powerful. So I said, So she gives me the money for it. I'm like, wow, look at that. I got something extra on top of it. And then I remember saying this morning, I said, God, I wish my cafe across the way was open. They've been closed for about almost 2 months. God, I wish they were open. Then I hear, go online and take a look at the menu. I go, what? I go online, take a look at the menu. And I see it says open. And I'm like, how is it open? The sign has been off. Do you know they recently just opened? I think they just opened yesterday or something. And they really just started serving out today. So of course I put my order in, and I was so excited. She was excited to see me. I was excited to see her and everybody. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I really missed all of you. Everybody okay?" And da 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 da. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, so good to see you." And it's like, "So good to see you." And oh, it was just so much love, energy right there. And I was just like, "Oh my gosh." So I got my favorite food. I was like, "Yay!" So I was like, "Oh, wow, I feel like I'm making up for the whole birthday energy because I celebrate my birthday for 30 days. I feel like all of a sudden, whatever was going on, now all of a sudden it's kind of like making up for it because I kept saying I'm moving myself into the fifth dimension. I'm moving myself in that. Now, I've said that before, but this time it was different because there's more of the fifth dimensional energy that's activated where where part of us is activated to match it now, and you can lock in easier. Besides, you're kind of doing this. Here you are. Here's 5, and you're going like this, and 5 is going like this. You're trying to hurry up and merge with it. It's kind of like being in the movie Martian, where he's like, "Oh, let me poke a hole in my hand suit, and I can, fly out towards you, and you can grab me." It's kind of like that effect. How we're trying to get to stay in that fifth dimensional energy. So I'm thinking to myself, "Oh my gosh, this is so amazing." So I get that, and that happens. And all of a sudden, it's like this energy of everything just flowing without hesitation. Think it, boom, boom, boom. And here's another thing. There is a book that I was thinking about getting, and I was just thinking about it, and I said, I should get that book. But I'll think about it later. I should get that book. I didn't say it out loud. I was just thinking about it. I opened up my phone, and I was thinking about it. I did not say it out loud. I was thinking about the book. I know what the cover of the book looks like. I know what it is. I was thinking about it. I open up my phone. All of a sudden, I get a flash on my phone. It's from Amazon. "Are you thinking about this book? Would you still like to get this?" I was like, I was like, I did not say anything out loud. I did not even speak of it. And I just thought it. And I'm like, what do? And it's like, "Welcome to 5. I'm like, "Oh, I have arrived at 5. I'm so alive to thrive. Let the magic begin. Let me stir up and start again on 5. I have no idea where that just came from. But I'm like, "Oh my gosh, is this what it is?" I said it, and I got into 5. And I'm asking Creator, and I'm talking to all my beloved ones, and said, "Okay, so explain to me, how does this really work? My work is on the 11th dimension. How does this really work when I'm trying to keep myself out of the 3D world and stay in 5? Because these two are moving together, and you literally have to make a decision to move to 5." And it was very plainly put. When you are in doubt of self, you're on 3. When you are anxiety and depression and sadness and separated from Creator, you are on 3. When you buy into what you see, and when people are treating each other badly, you are on 3. When there is no love and no compassion, you're on 3. And I'm like, oh. So it's kind of easy to figure out when you're on 3. Okay. By shifting your perspective, by shifting your frequency and staying on 5, it's by your will, by your perfect design. It's by your divine design right to do that, to stay on 5. And that is what I'm doing, is staying on 5. So I said to myself, okay, now since I've gotten the true taste of what Phi feels like and how it feels to just be on Phi, this is beautiful. I like this. I like this a lot. And when you say things like that, it's putting that energy out there and it's registering that energy. So you're matching that. So why am I on here telling you about this? What is my intention with this video? My intention with you to share with you is you have to stay in your intent. You have to stay in your commitment to yourself. You have to stay in the truth of yourself. You have to stay in that place of yourself where you say, I am moving physically to 5. I am physically moving to 5 because I have a purpose. And I want you to remember this. Those of you that have never read the book called The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel. I read this book many, many years ago, read it again, and now I have just downloaded it onto my my laptop so I can read it at my leisure in between travels and whatever, because I'm planning to travel somewhere real soon. I'll know for sure tonight. So the words I want you to think of, it comes out like this. There is a place that you are to fill, and no one else can fill it. Something that you are to do, which no one else can do. Let me say that again. There is a place that you are to fill, and no one else can fill something you are to do, which no one else can do. That simply means in 5th, you need to know who you are. You need to know that you came here to fulfill a purpose and that you command the direct divine alignment with that so that you can fulfill that. Point blank, period. Done. Simple. And once you anchor that in, once you make that alignment and you get into that alignment, it is on. I mean, step back, because you might just scare yourself when you're manifesting some of the things you're manifesting. You might just scare yourself. So just be prepared. Whatever your spoken words are, whatever you're saying comes into your space. And that means you have to feel it. And I watched on Sunday, I was watching all day marathon of Discovery of Witches on AMC, Discovery Plus, that it's going into now. So I was watching Discovery of Witches, a whole story. And I had bought the first book of the Soul Trilogy of that. And I remember reading that book and I was like, wow, this is a good book. But I never finished the book because I had life interruption. But I thought it was really interesting. And here it is playing out on AMC. So I watched the whole thing because I had started watching it last year when it first came out and finished watching it all the way up to the end when they were jumping and doing the timeline. They were going to disappear to a different timeline. And I said, how appropriate. Wow, kind of like what we're doing now, timelines. So there was this one part in there where the aunt or I think an aunt was taking care of, was overseeing something that she was teaching her about her powers. And she says, magic has to be felt in the heart. You have to feel it and see it and let it become. You have to see it, feel it, and connect to it. Magic is from the heart. And I heard that, and then when I was watching yesterday the movie Dark Tower, there is another saying where the guy is laying down and he's Matthew McConaughey and I forgot his name, the black guy. What is his name? Oh, I forgot his name. But he's on the ground and he's the famous gun shooter that goes after the darkness. And Matthew McConaughey does this magic, and the guy's down on the ground. And there's this part where the little boy is sitting in a chair and they're extracting his energy. And it was right at that moment the little boy sends him a thought and says, there's this saying that they say, you don't shoot with your mind, you don't shoot with just your finger, you shoot from your heart. That's what makes you the slinger. So he said the saying, and in order to defeat the darkness, which was Matthew McConaughey, he says the saying, he grabs the gun, and with the last energy, he points the gun, and he says, I shoot from my heart. Boom! He shoots, the bullet ricochets off of the metal beam, hits another metal beam. Matthew McConaughey is thinking he's going to catch it, but it doesn't. It ricochets a different way, and it shoots him right in the heart and kills him. And I was like, okay, that's twice I've heard this heart thing. So why am I bringing this up? Because, my lovelies, it's like this. In order to be on 5, you really have to align yourself. And that 5 is representing that high heart self, that higher heart self, okay? That 5 is representing that. And when you're on that 5 higher heart self, you're able to connect to that, and you're able to move into that space and connect to it. And anything is possible when you come from the high heart, because that is the soul. That's the soul. You got the soul heart connection here, and then you have the true God connection here. Why do you think they waste their time? They're do all their craziness, putting fluoride in everything so to harden this up so you stay asleep and you won't know who you are. And now when you're waking up, the dream is no longer the dream. It is the reality that you've been living in. And you are now getting ready to say, F this, I'm getting out of this. So you're getting ready to change that. That's what that means. So imagine this. You come from that high heart part of yourself, commanding the activation of it, standing in the true divinity of yourself. Their inorganic beings have no heart and they have no soul. Point blank, period. Because if they did, they wouldn't be doing the stuff that they're doing. Point blank, period. Just like that. Those of us that have that soul and that heart and that place of being of who we are, we stand in that. Okay? We're in that. So when you're in that, you can create from that. It's not, a lot of people get into this, when you're manifesting something, you're trying to go out here and manifest out here to bring it in here. But it's already there. You have to activate here to get that alignment there, to bring it here. Alignment. Commanding itself. Commanding to be in perfect alignment with what it is you desire to have. Commanding itself. And now, since I've stepped into that energy and I'm just like in it, it feels so good. Now, am I going to have days where I fall out of it? I'm sure I will, because I'm still trying to get used to the energy. I'm still trying to get used to moving into that. And I noticed something else that was really interesting in happening. I was looking for, one of my crystal necklaces, and I said, oh, I need to find my crystal necklace. Well, I pull it out, and for whatever reason, my mood ring was right on it. And I said, it looks like a finger, doesn't it? Tree of life on it, everything, And I'm like, okay, why is this on there? And I said, interesting. And I was going to take it off, and the ring was like, no, don't remove me. I want to stay here. And I said, okay, because I didn't put you on there. I don't know how you fit on there. But every time when I take and I put my hands around it, my fingers feel like electricity is going through my hands. Literally. It feels like electricity. I feel like, how your hand can feel like it's going to sleep and it feels like buzzy? my hand feels very buzzy and like when I bring it around and I start to hold it. So I had it and I started holding it and I was just like, well, and I started thinking of a color that I wanted it to turn into. And I just kept holding it and I thought about it and it turned right into that color. And I said, whoa, that's different. And I said, okay, it literally turned right into that color. So I know you can do that like it's doing right now because I'm thinking of my favorite color, purple. It's turning into it. So it started doing it. And I said, wow, that's really fast. And the crystal told me it's because the copper wiring, the Lemurian crystal itself, the crystals on top, the tree of life bunch, and then this together, and then the thought, and a person whose body is going crystalline. Boom. And I'm like, holy Toledo. And it gets quite warm. When I'm holding it, it gets heated. And I was like, wow, okay. So when that started taking place and that started changing its color, I was just like, yeah, Houston, we have liftoff. Yes, yes, we do. So, so one of the things I really started moving into the energy with the book, I would highly suggest that you get this book, The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel. If you've read it before, I want you to go back and read it again, because this is that simple reminder about being a part of that infinite spirit and being open to your abundance, being a part of that infinite spirit and allowing that energy to come in. I am so far like this, what I've said so far to infinite spirit, to the benevolent divine creator of all. I said, you know what? I've been at this trying to find a place and everything's been on hold. I would love to find the perfect place to do my work so I could be of service. And I would love if someone just gave me a place, a beautiful place to be, where people can come, check in, get their treatments, get their spiral light treatments and life-changing moments, get their deep healing, and they leave and come and check in with me. And it's a place where I can live. And I don't ever have to worry about flipping rent, being in that, because at age 55, we don't have time to be worrying about, oh, in 6 months' time, are you going to go up on my rent? Oh, and this, you're going to go up on my rent. And I said, that would be kind of nice. Then I can just stay busy and just do my work and never have to worry about that again. I said, being on fifth dimension, anything's possible. And fifth dimension, I am not living from paycheck to paycheck. I am doing what my purpose is. I am living from my heart space, and I will be provided for. And it is happening. I will be provided for. My money is coming in the way I am envisioning it. It's coming in. It's not hanging out, waiting. Now, one thing I know for a fact, I had to really do some major shifting because my body was hurting and I was really concentrating a lot on, I got to get this healed. I got to heal this. I got to heal this. And not paying attention to all the scenario that's playing out so that my body could heal, so that my body could get out of the inflammatory state that it's been in and hurting. Part of ascension also, working out those old wounds. Both of my knees have been highly injured over dance for many, many years. Jazz and ballet and hip hop and all that stuff. Back in the day when I was younger. Yes, got the blues, girlfriend. Anyway, so, your body's healing. But when you sign yourself up with infinite spirit, open the way for my great abundance, for fill in the blank, and then I am an irresistible magnet for all that belongs to my divine right. What is that? What is that divine right? By thy words, thy shall be justified, and by thy words shall be condemned. So if you are saying one thing and condemning yourself the other way, you're just not manifesting what you really want to manifest. So my next thing will be bringing in the download, because I have been asking for a download to clear out old energies of the past on timelines of vaccination shots. I want you to think about this. If you're an old soul, how many times have you come back and got vaccinated as a little baby? Think about that. How many times did you get shot up so you would stay asleep and never awaken to your true divine self? Because once you add those numbers up and you look at the lifetimes and how many times you have lived and how old your soul really is, you're going to be upset. And you're going to say to yourself, that's a timeline I definitely need to clear. It's old vaccination shots that were given to me with hidden agendas. That's right. So, and the reason why I say that is simply because of this. Anytime when nobody wants to tell you when something is in something, you got something to hide. They don't want you to know because they have a hidden agenda. Point blank, period. Be done with it. That's just the way it is. And if you're not awake to see that, you're just walking in line like sheep, unaware. You're like Neo in the Matrix walking behind Morpheus, looking at the lady in the red dress as Morpheus is talking. And Morpheus turns around and says, did you hear what I was saying, or were you paying attention to the lady in the red dress? So, I have left a lot of information. I'm going to type in my new place where you can get a Telegram and be a part of that. Be a part of that energy so that you can see it for what it is and get that healing work into your body. So I'm excited about working on Telegram because they have newer technology and you're able to load things up. And I like how simple and easy it is, quick and fast, and you get things up there and then it comes down in the same time, because I get tired of trying to take things down and then load up new stuff. So this is fast and into the point. So I really like that. If you want to know more about Spiral Light, you can purchase my book at Amazon under Spiral Light, Be So Light by Felicia Dunbar Burns, and you can find it there. So that's the beauty of that. That's my writer's name. See, put that there. So I wanted to let you know I'm getting ready to bring out the next part of the healing work. I do have another part of my download that's happening, and I'm about to go take another medicine bath to go get that, the rest of it. So I just wanted to come on and share this with you and really have you think about making that commitment, stepping into the fifth, and having a time with your divine benevolent light team to get you there. You have to claim it, because the ones that are asleep, they're going to stay where they are until they're ready. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't change that husband or that wife, that mother or that father, that sister or that brother, that aunt or that uncle, that grandmother, that grandfather. You can't change their thought process if they're not waking up. All you got is you. And you have to keep it moving. And just hold the space that they will finally get to a place where they will wake up and they will realize, okay. So just know that. Just know that. You can't change it. You can't do anything. It is the way it is. And each person's body frequency has to be ready to take that in so that they can match. That's all there is to it. And you have to claim your magic of yourself. Stand in it, because moving to the fifth dimension is very magical, very dimensional, full of magic in the right way, full of magic in how everything is created out of nothing into something. Think of that. All right, lovelies. I came on. I delivered the message. I'm going to go take my beautiful bath and enjoy the rest of my evening to myself in my beautiful space that gives me that time to heal and to be and to laugh and to watch programs that I like to watch and to read things on my laptop and write things down and think about the next things I'm going to do. And I am patiently waiting when I can visit with my folks, but I have to wait until this transition is over, because everybody has to be on the same page. That's all there is. So anyway, much love to all of you, and be good to yourself. I am going to be looking into moving over to either library or the YouTube page, the brand new YouTube. I'm looking at that because I want to stay somewhere where the energy is supportive and not an AI algorithm that is fed into the system to be against you. I'm sorry. It's just not okay. That's so third dimensional. It really is. And I don't know. Maybe you guys will level up and stop being third dimensional. Get on the train. The love train, come on. Love train. Anyway, I digress. I just don't want to be bothered with that energy. I don't have time. Life is too short. And I'm going to command it as so. You should be very afraid of me. Because it's kind of like having a new gift and you don't know everything that it can do. And you're like, I wonder if I could do this. Oh, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. I'm not. Anyway, no. Have a great day. Be good to yourself. Thank you, AI, for watching me. Bye-bye.